wonton noodle soup. What we got here is we got about a half pound of ground lamb, soy sauce, sesame oil, potato starch, sugar, 1 egg, some cilantro and green onion, some garlic. We got some wonton wraps, some veggie bouillon, and some flour for just to keep stuff from sticking. So we already have like some water in the process of getting boiled, and I already put some of the bouillon into here, so now it's just simmering in here. So all right, let's do this. I'm gonna season the meat first. Generally you want to do this like at least a half hour before you're really cooking, but you know, for us it's not really that big of a deal. Maybe like about half teaspoon, potato starch. Potato starch in this particular case, a lot of times like it helps meat be a little bit more tender, but in this particular case, it actually helps absorb some of the moisture that comes out from the fat or from the veggies that come in. A little bit of sugar. What? That's not good. That. I'm gonna mix it up first before we mix in the other stuff. Just to get it in while I'm chopping up some of the other stuff. All right. That was not a clean break. It's okay. So, I would have been better if you minced this, like through an actual mincer, but we're not gonna worry too much about this. So I'm gonna take the green. I'm gonna use that for the garnish. Take the cilantro. We're gonna do the same thing. We're doing is gonna pluck. Gonna pluck the leaves for the garnish and the stalks. That's where the flavor is, and that's gonna go into the filling. That's our garnish bowl there. I know the head-mounted camera thing would probably be more stable, so, but I actually do like this phone on my chest thing, so we'll see. All right, I'll rinse. Almost there. It's almost like kneading a dough when it kind of reaches this, like, forms a ball on itself. That's when you know you're good. So it's almost like, you know, the way a dough hook kind of cuts through the dough to knead it. That's what you want to do with these chopsticks too, instead of mashing it together. When you mash it together, it actually makes for a really kind of chewy texture. So that's why you see me, like, you know, just spinning in one direction here. So all the proteins, you see all the proteins are like kind of smooth there. All right. All right, we're good. Alright, so this is actually going to go swimmingly well or not good at all, because it has been a long time since I have wrapped wontons. So hopefully first time will be like getting back on a bike, and then afterwards we're in a good spot. But yeah, dry surface. That is, there we go. So yeah, usually you'd want to let this sit for like a half hour. Yeah, dude, just gotta take a little bit. I'm just gonna put some on here too. Just kind of smooth it out. Same thing here. Never used this brand before, so we'll see how this goes. You don't want to do too much because too much won't cook all the way through. That's fun. Just want to make this as assembly line as possible when you're doing it. It just overall it's just faster. That's a little too much. That's good. A little too much. But we'll deal with it later. I'm gonna switch this up. Try to be more efficient, more quick, more fast. Learn from our lessons. Continuous improvement. The more you find yourself like swiveling, the more inefficient, the more slow you're gonna go. That's better. See, now that I'm lifting with my hand, filling it, then placing it in a single line here, that's important to figure out. All right, well, I ran out of space, so we gotta fold these now. Yo, nothing for you. All right, this, let's get my, we're gonna take some water. Take our finger. As I look around the phone here. Squeeze it through. That's a little too much. That's a little too much, see? And then, alright, good. Or maybe that's okay. I think it's a little too much. And there you go. Alright. Do it again. Next one. And there you go. I gotta do the rest. So this is why you do this watching TV while you're binge watching something. This is why you do this with sports like baseball, where you don't really have to pay attention. That's too much. It's so essentially what's going to happen when this cooks, it's going to kind of expand out a little bit and likely break. But you know what? Let's do it anyway. So if it does break, then we'll see what it looks like. All right. We want to keep an eye on if we want to cook all of them at once. I don't know if I'm going to cook all of them at once. Maybe, maybe not. But we're gonna keep this the staging area because like all this water and like all this flour. We don't want water to get around here, so that's why. But yeah, all these things that we're doing here, you kind of want to like leave like a half hour in between each step. Like mix it, wrap it, let it sit, let things kind of meld together. But for this stream, we'll just do it all at once because some people will taste the difference, some people won't. In this household, you probably won't. Oh, jeez. So yeah, usually you have one person, laying the filling, one person doing the wrapping, one person doing the freezing. Oh, yeah, I get some air bubbles out there. That's a little weird. Oh, that broke. You see that? It's fine. These are wontons. Not meant to be fancy restaurant things. Yeah, except for that one that broke. These are looking not too bad. Not too. Oh, this one's an ugly one. This one's an ugly one. Usually you can tell like who's in practice and who's not in practice by looking at who's done the pretty ones. I would say this one. I would say this one looks the prettiest one right here. That one looks prettiest. Wontons. It's about time wontons. Made a show. I think a lot of the labor-intensive, cheap ingredient uh, type things. But now that labor costs are going higher and higher, about time paid for that labor and realize that all the work that goes into making a dish like this is no different from, some fancy ravioli or something. All right. Now we repeat. Maybe we'll be faster this time. Some people use like a popsicle stick to grab these. That probably makes sense. Or using a scale to make sure that they're adding a consistent amount of filling to each. But what are we getting here? Alright, fine. You want to stick together, you can stick together. Alright. We can do another 2 rows. Maybe the flour is probably not necessary. It's actually not keeping pretty good. So let's just keep making them. Too much. Need to make sure I get everything, or else my mom will kill me. Ground lamb, I mean, this is more traditionally done with pork. You can do with green onion, cilantro, cabbage, mushroom, anything you want, really. All right. So when you think about this whole wrapper, we went more than half of it. So with the half pound of meat, about this much, maybe a whole pound would go through the whole entire thing. Just gonna toss it in here so that it doesn't dry out. Now we resume. Back to here. Oh, this is way too much. We're gonna see how these look. We're gonna see how. Not gonna lie, I can probably eat 12 of these at once. And my wife will probably eat 6. Usually, if you want to cook them, when you want to eat them. So if you want to save them for later, what we do is like you'd freeze this. We'll count how much we're going to eat. Oh, let's see this. This one like centered. Doesn't really matter. Not using my pink anymore because I don't really care anymore, and also my pinky's all full of crud, so it's not really picking up the water so much. Oh, we just broke it. It's okay. That's why having a little bit. So maybe, to be honest, maybe half a pound of meat should have taken up the whole entire pack, and I'm just overfilling most of these. Oh, see that? When I kind of just pinch that out. It's fine. It's not gonna look pretty. You're gonna have some meat kind of out, but you know what? You can't win them all. Oh, oh, you can do it. You can pinch together. There we go. Oh, there we go. I need to get my finger a little bit. Oh, we ran out. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's still good. Can't tell whether it's easier for me to look at the screen that's in front of my face as I do. It's trying to look around. We'll cook. How much we have? I don't know how much we have. Wontons are generally a pretty forgiving dish, so that's what I'm banking on right now. All right, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 36. Okay. We got this here, and yeah, that's a nice boil. I'm gonna turn it up higher. Now we'll just let here. There we go. Let's drop them one at a time. Mainly because I don't know. I don't know why I'm dropping it one at a time. You could just pour the whole thing in and it'd be fine. But how long would it take? Generally, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the float test. Fuck, I already forgot how many I put in, but that should be good enough. We'll freeze these guys. We'll freeze these guys. How many we have? Okay, we got about 18. So that should be good. If we want more, we can cook more. What's really important about these guys, if you're not going to cook them, or if you don't know if you're going to freeze them yet, get some saran wrap or some aluminum foil. Keep it from drying out. You can just cover it with a bowl if you're just like cooking a bunch at once. Alright. Gonna make sure these things don't stick. Make sure things get back to a boil. Gonna put cover back on so it reaches the boil faster. Oh, you're probably not seeing it. Yeah, honestly, if you got something like a dough blade or something, you can just use that to kind of scrape the flour off. Right now, my nails are a bit on one side, so that's fine. Because especially with the water hitting the flour, it'll definitely stick. And is it done? So a general trick or general thing that people do to kind of do some timing is to make sure that the pork is filled up, the pork inside or the lamb inside is kind of like, okay, bring it to a boil first, bring it down, uh, cook it down, ugh, add some cold water, wait till it gets to another boil, full boil again, and then take it out. Honestly, they're probably done, but we'll just be on the safe side. You can't really overcook these. I just wait until it gets to a full boil. In worst case scenario, we just pick one out and just see if it's done. All right. I'm gonna test one. Big one. What's a big one? That looks like a big one. That looks like a big one. So I'll just. Oh yeah. Totally cooked all the way through. And we are good. All right. Like that and like that. That's pretty sweet. All right. We can make it look prettier. No? No, it's fine. Bring it back here. Dun, dun. And then some white pepper. And there you go. Wonton soup with lamb cilantro. And there it goes. Thanks for watching. See ya.